Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. My name is Salma Alisha Sahdiya, with NPM 234120046, from Accounting Class 23A, Course Business Law. Here I will explain the material about consumer protection. Understanding consumer protection. Consumer protection is any effort to ensure legal certainty and provide protection to consumers when purchasing goods and/or services. This protection aims to protect consumers from harm and ensure a more balanced position with businesses. In Indonesia, consumer protection is regulated by Law No. 8 of 1999 concerning consumer protection, UUPK. Characteristics of consumer protection. 1. Protects the public interest, not specific individuals. 2. Prevents losses, not just resolves disputes. 3. Promotes business ethics, not just legal compliance. 4. Covers the entire product life cycle, from production and distribution to use. 5. Constantly evolves with technological and market developments, e-commerce, digital banking, fintech. Scope of consumer protection. The scope of consumer protection is very broad because it covers almost all aspects of people's economic life. This protection covers goods and services consumed daily, from food, medicines, cosmetics, clothing, electronics, to healthcare, education, transportation, and financial services. Not only limited to physical products, the scope of consumer protection also includes professional services such as lawyers, accountants, doctors, and educational institutions. Furthermore, consumer protection applies to face-to-face transactions as well as digital transactions through marketplaces, e-commerce, social media, and digital application services such as ride-hailing and e-wallets. Every stage of the transaction process, including promotions, advertising, offers, payments, delivery, use, and after-sales service, falls within the scope of consumer protection. Likewise, the dispute resolution process, whether through non-litigation institutions such as the BPSK, Indonesian Consumer Protection Agency, or through litigation in the courts. With such a broad scope, consumer protection is a crucial instrument for the sustainability of the modern economy. Consumer protection objectives. 1. Empowering consumers to be more critical and discerning. 2. Guaranteeing product quality standards that are safe for health and safety. 3. Strengthening business ethics to ensure healthy competition. 4. Improving the quality of life through safe consumption. 5. Boosting the national economy by ensuring consumer trust. 6. Creating a fair business climate, preventing monopolies and exploitation. 7. Developing legal awareness among both consumers and businesses.
Consumer rights. Consumer rights are a crucial aspect of the consumer protection law. Consumers have the right to comfort, security, and safety when using goods or services, so every product must be safe from the risk of damage, contamination, or malfunction that could be harmful. Consumers also have the right to receive correct, clear, and honest information, including product composition, expiration dates, usage risks, and instructions for use. Furthermore, consumers have the right to choose goods or services according to their needs without coercion and have the right to have their complaints heard through customer service or dispute resolution institutions. Consumers also have the right to receive advocacy, assistance, and education regarding safe consumption. If a loss occurs, consumers have the right to receive compensation, restitution, or a replacement product according to the loss experienced. These rights are intended to give consumers a more balanced bargaining position in the market. Consumer obligations. In addition to their rights, consumers also have an obligation to use goods or services according to instructions to avoid harm to themselves or others. Consumers are required to act honestly and in good faith in transactions and to provide accurate information when filing complaints. They are also obligated to pay the agreed price and not to abuse protections to harm businesses, such as filing false claims. By fulfilling these obligations, the business relationship between consumers and businesses can be balanced. Obligations and responsibilities of business actors. Businesses have a significant responsibility for the quality and safety of the products they market. They must ensure that the goods or services they sell meet quality standards, are non-hazardous, and conform to the claims stated in advertisements and on packaging labels. Businesses are also required to provide complete, honest, and non-misleading information so that consumers can make informed purchasing decisions. Furthermore, they are required to provide after-sales service and compensation in the form of replacement or repair if the product they sell causes harm to consumers. Under consumer protection law, businesses can be held strictly liable for losses caused by their products, even in the absence of negligence. With this responsibility, businesses are expected to conduct their business activities with greater caution, ethics, and professionalism. Standard clauses in consumer protection. Standard clauses are terms and conditions in an agreement unilaterally drafted by a business and often included in tickets, invoices, contracts, or purchase forms without providing consumers with the opportunity to negotiate. Many standard clauses are created to protect businesses from liability, such as stating that goods cannot be returned or that the company is not responsible for damage. The Consumer Protection Law prohibits standard clauses that reduce or eliminate consumer rights and limit the responsibilities of businesses. These detrimental clauses are voidable and have no binding force. With this regulation, the government aims to ensure that businesses do not abuse their dominant position to create unfair and detrimental provisions for consumers. Forms of violations against consumers. Consumer violations can occur in various forms and situations. The most common violations involve producing or selling substandard goods, such as food, unlicensed drugs, or toys that are dangerous for children. Another form of violation is deceptive advertising, where perpetrators attempt to make exaggerated claims or manipulate information to attract consumers. In digital transactions, violations can include online fraud, transmission of personal data, delivery of goods that do not match descriptions, and manipulation of reviews by sellers to deceive potential buyers. Furthermore, violations also occur when businesses fail to provide after-sales service, refuse warranty claims, or maintain non-transparent pricing. These violations have the potential to cause both material and non-material losses to consumers. Consumer protection agencies. Various institutions have been established to carry out consumer oversight, advocacy, and dispute resolution functions. The National Consumer Protection Agency, BPKN, provides policy recommendations to the government, establishes consumer protection standards, and conducts research and education. The Consumer Dispute Resolution Agency, BPSK, is an official institution that resolves disputes through mediation, conciliation, and arbitration, using a fast, simple, and low-cost process. The Non-Governmental Consumer Protection Agency, LPKSM, is a non-governmental organization that assists consumers with advocacy and legal assistance. Furthermore, the Food and Drug Authority, BPOM, oversees food, drugs, and cosmetics to ensure their safety, while the National Standardization Agency, BSN, establishes national standards through the Indonesian National Standard, SNI. The Financial Services Authority, OJK, oversees consumer protection in the financial services sector, including banking, fintech, and insurance. This combination of institutions ensures that consumers receive protection from various aspects. Consumer dispute resolution. Consumer dispute resolution can be pursued through non-litigation and litigation mechanisms. The non-litigation mechanism within the Consumer Protection and Assurance Agency, BPSK, is often the preferred method due to its speed, low cost, and less formality. Through mediation, conciliation, or arbitration, consumers and businesses can reach agreements without having to go to court. However, if a dispute cannot be resolved through the BPSK, consumers can file a lawsuit. The lawsuit can be a civil suit for compensation or a criminal suit if there is an element of fraud, gross negligence, or violation of safety regulations. Furthermore, the law allows for class actions, namely lawsuits by groups of consumers who have suffered the same loss, as well as legal standing by the Consumer Protection and Assurance Agency, LPKSM, to defend the public interest. This dispute resolution system provides various options for consumers to obtain justice. Consumer protection in the digital age. The digital era brings many benefits, such as ease of shopping, global product access, and service innovation, but it also creates new risks and challenges for consumers. Consumers are now more susceptible to online fraud, such as fraudulent sellers, products that don't match the description, and even personal data theft by untrusted apps. Furthermore, many transactions are conducted across borders, complicating law enforcement. Digital services such as e-wallets, fintech, and illegal online loans also carry the risk of hidden fees, high interest rates, or misuse of personal data. In this context, consumer protection must be strengthened through data security regulations, business identity verification, digital literacy education, and stricter government oversight of digital platforms. This way, consumers can transact safely without fear of becoming victims of fraud or financial loss. Conclusion. Consumer protection is a crucial aspect of business law because it ensures the fulfillment of consumer rights, creates fairness in transactions, and encourages businesses to conduct business activities ethically, transparently, and responsibly. Through regulations such as the Consumer Protection Law, the government provides a legal basis for consumers to enjoy security, comfort, and certainty when purchasing goods or using services. Consumer protection not only protects the public from fraudulent practices but also strengthens public trust in businesses, thus encouraging healthy competition, better product quality, and sustainable market stability. Therefore, consumer protection plays a strategic role in creating a business ecosystem that is safe, fair, and oriented towards the common good. Consumer protection. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.